Your wounds have their own intelligence. Did you ever realize that? How your stuff is gonna surface inside your life. It's gonna cause you to make decisions. It's gonna show up in your life without your permission. That's why you have to engage in that awareness blueprint. You have to become clear about your emotional territory, the roadblocks to you having a better life, to having better relationships, because it's all within you. Relationships are where your deepest needs are met as a man. Your pain has its own intelligence, and that pain forms a filter where you begin to misinterpret every little thing that your wife says and does. You start to see it through the lens of your own pain, which creates distortions and filters about the way that you view what she does and how she feels about you. You start taking every little thing that she does personally and you make it about you. And guess what? When you take it personal, you get defensive. Making it about you makes you defensive because you're trying to defend yourself from what's going on within. But see, the second that you realize it's not about you, it's about how your wife thinks and feels about herself, which is what you contributed to, that opens you up for empathy. It opens up the doorway for you to validate your wife. No more defensiveness, only validation. That someone's truth is their truth. It doesn't matter if I don't agree with it. It's the truth. And instead of trying to provide excuses or reasons or justifications or logics or solutions or my perspective, guess what I realize? People don't care what I know until they know that I care. Brother, people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And trust me when I say this, I know you got a good heart. So what are you doing to show people in your life that you truly care about how they feel? Will you stand in the gap for them? Are you willing to put aside your resentments, your frustrations, your expectations in order to be there for the people that you love? It's about standing in the gap for those people. It's not about proving that you're right, because guess what? You needing to be right, you needing to win every argument, you know what that is? It's a losing battle. It's not an honorable battle. Because trying to win every argument with your wife, you know what that is? You're losing the intimacy, you're losing the connection, you're losing the trust, right? You're losing in that, you're not winning anything. It's a false perception of winning. It's really a concept of losing because you're losing everything. You're losing the marriage. It's about creating win-win situations. It's about showing your wife that you understand where she's coming from. It's about ownership. It's not about deflection. It's about ownership. It's not about denial. It's about ownership. It's not about excuses. It's about ownership. There is no victimhood here that saves anybody's marriage. You can't be a victim and save your marriage at the same time. You have to be willing to step into a position where you're saying it's my responsibility. Yes, it's a two-sided tale, but here's the thing. It's my responsibility because I either contributed to it, I participated in it, I tolerated it, or I exacerbated it and made it worse. So what is my role? What is my role? And because once I do that, everything becomes in my control. But see, if I make it about everybody else in my life, then I constantly put myself in a powerless state and I act like I'm a victim and other people need to change in order for me to change. No, brother, you can't fix the inside from the outside. You can only fix the inside from the inside. You don't need to hide from that truth, because it is. And the second that you go into a place of acknowledgement with all that is where everything begins to change for you. Because that's when you step from a state of just thinking about changing or denying the fact that you need to change into a state of action, which turns into maintenance, which turns into sustainable long-term recipes for healthy living and an unbreakable mindset, unbreakable marriage, and an unbreakable foundation where you don't have to deny your own fallibility. It's okay not to be perfect. It's okay to make mistakes. But what it's not okay to do is deny your own fallibility and use everything and everyone else in your life as a scapegoat to why things are going south. What is your part? Start there.